Welcome to the Parenting Tips Podcast. I'm Jeff Reiland, child and family therapist. In this episode, we're going to be talking about co-regulation. What is that? Well, let me give you an example. Your child is learning to walk and they're unsteady on their feet. They lose their balance and face plant on the floor. You know what this experience is like. There is a pause as a child recovers from their shock of falling, then tears and a cry. They reach for you to comfort them. You scoop them up in your arms, assess there is no permanent damage, and hold them and soothe them until they calm. You've just participated in an activity to help your child calm down. It's called co-regulation. We co-regulate when we help our child to calm down when they have big emotions like sadness, anger, worry, or fear. We also can help them co-regulate when they're getting overly excited or silly. When young children don't seem to be able to manage these emotions in the moment, we say they're dysregulated, and for good reason. Their brains are still developing. They don't have the words, the tools, the experience, or confidence to know how to deal with many things yet, so we have to step in to help them. As children grow, their brains are developing at this rapid rate, especially during the first 5 years. Despite this rapid growth, the part of the brain that is the last to develop is the part that helps children to regulate their emotions, control impulses, delay gratification, and engage in flexible thinking. Children need time and practice to learn how to do this well, and they may need help from us. As parents, we get to step in and provide both guidance and support as they're learning to regulate on their own. Your child may do things that signal that they may not be well regulated or dysregulated. Children do many things that may be frustrating for you as a parent, but these behaviors are not uncommon when they're still learning how to self-regulate. They may have tantrums or blow up over what seems like really small issues to you. They can't wear their favorite pajamas because they're in the wash. The snack bag you opened is not perfectly cut but torn. They're not able to sit where they want on the couch because another person is there. Small stuff. Or they struggle with transitions from one place to another between activities. They may shut down in new and unfamiliar situations and take a while to warm back up. Because these behaviors and emotions are a common part of life for a developing child, they need our help to make sense of their experience and to make it through these challenging times. Think of co-regulation as a stepping stone for your child to learn to self-regulate. Here are some examples. Walking. Do you remember holding their hands above their head and walking with them, then holding your hands out a short distance away and patiently waiting for that first step? How about riding a bike? Do you recall running behind the seat, holding it steady on the grassy field so in case your child fell, it wouldn't hurt so much? And then when they seem to have the balance, letting go of the bike? Or problem solving. Do you remember trying to teach your child how to share with a sibling or a friend? I'm really hoping that when your toddlers were fighting over a toy, you didn't tell them to work it out. You may have found a second toy or set a timer for them to take turns. These are all ways that we co-regulate with our children. Co-regulation is this interactive dance between the parent or caregivers and the child that helps the child to develop self-regulation. Co-regulation isn't a specific thing. It's a whole way of being in a relationship with a child that helps to foster the eventual goal of self-regulation. The journey to mastering self-regulation takes up the entire childhood from birth through adolescence. Although as children grow and begin to self-regulate, parents can begin to let go. Many experts see several very important elements of co-regulation. One of the key ingredients for effective co-regulation is having a positive and warm relationship with your child. Who does your child turn to when they're upset or sad? They could go to anyone who's nearby, but they go to you. Why? Because they know and trust that you're able to help them calm down. Having this warm relationship is so critical that many of the earliest episodes in this podcast series focus on building and maintaining your relationship with your child. We build this relationship by investing in quality time together, engaging in conversations and activities with your child, and developing ways of sharing and showing affection. Another important element of co-regulation is having an environment that is both predictable and routine. Kids do well when there's some predictability throughout the day. We achieve this by having fairly consistent routines around getting up, sharing meals, bedtime routines, and activities throughout the day. Of course, there is always some variability, as children sometimes go off to daycare, switch parents' homes, not to mention that weather and many other factors can throw a routine off for an entire family. But strive for some sense of routine and predictability to the degree that you're able. This also means having clear rules and expectations around behaviors and enforcing the logical consequences when those rules are violated. A third element is actually engaging children in the moment to manage difficult emotions. And we do this by staying calm ourselves. Helping the child to identify their emotions in the moment can be a challenge, but it's doable. For example, we can say, "Sarah, you look really sad. I can tell you're sad because," and you could describe what that looks like. "Your lower lip is out. I see tears in your eyes. Your shoulders are slumped." Or, "Joey, you look really mad right now because you're pouting. Your face is red and you've got your teeth clenched." Or, "Kristen, you look worried. I can tell you're worried because your eyebrow is furrowed." Or, "You seem to be fidgeting." Or, "Kim, you look really happy right now. I can tell you're happy because you have this big smile on your face." Help your child to recognize the physiological cues that are telling you what the emotion is, so they recognize what you're seeing and they start to see it in themselves. It would be an oversimplification to say that co-regulation involves constant physical contact or close proximity to your child. To be certain, this is part of what co-regulation is, but there's so much more. You will see more success from your child in learning new skills when you model them yourself. As a parent, you'll be hearing this a lot. This includes being regulated when you start to experience distress. None of us is perfect. However, being calm can go a very long way in giving your child some assurances and build trust in you as you teach them how to manage new and challenging experiences themselves. Children are much more willing to step into the unknown and learn new things when they're in the care of a trusted adult in their lives. Consider giving simple suggestions for helping your child when they appear to get stuck when trying to learn a new task. When they start to get frustrated, sigh, stomp their foot, or whatever code they use to tell you this thing is hard, come alongside and provide some words of encouragement at how far they've come, and then help them break down the problem into smaller parts, one small step at a time. If your child was building something, you might say, "I wonder if you did this first, if it would help you get to the next part." This is a simple way to help them begin to problem solve by breaking it down into smaller steps. When children learn new routines like getting dressed or brushing their teeth, there are many ways to encourage and guide them. Asking them what the first step is, and then when they've completed that step, what the next step is, can be really useful. If the child gets stuck and can't remember, it's okay to give them a prompt. First we take off our pajamas, and then we put on clean underwear. What's the next step? Right, we put on our shirt. What's the next step? What happens next? You got it. We put on our pants. You know how to do this. Giving the child prompts when they need them empowers them to show you what they know until they get stuck. There are so many benefits of co-regulation. As a parent, you have this wonderful opportunity to strengthen your parent-child relationship bond. Co-regulating with your child gives you time to experience and empathize with your child and their emotions. When you understand more of what they're feeling, it allows you to have a better understanding of their view of the world. This can lower your stress and increase your quality communication with them. As with many things, practice leads to improvement. The more opportunities you have to co-regulate with your child, the more confident you'll become in handling challenging situations with them. Your child also benefits from this co-regulation experience. You're setting them on the right path to learning how to regulate their big emotions so they have better skills for handling stressful situations. This experience can help to create your child's own self-awareness to build confidence when facing those stressful situations. And this in turn can help them with improved ability to express themselves and problem solve. How do we do this? We listen, we provide empathy, we help them understand their feelings, we model self-regulation ourselves, we comfort them when they're distressed, we maintain those routines, we notice when our child struggles more. Is it because they're tired or out of their routine? We teach them, we practice with them. Breath work is easy and fun to do, and it is a skill used for a lifetime. We find ways to invest quality time together in play, creating adventure and laughter. For parents, it's really important to take care of yourselves. Parenting is not for the faint of heart. It takes a good deal of work to see results, but the journey is so rewarding. Please review episode 9 on parent self-care to get additional ideas for yourself if you need them. Play. Have your own support network. Get rest. Monitor your own coping mechanisms like sleep, screen use, or substance use. Find coping strategies to help you in the long run. Co-regulation is different for different ages. With small infants, our big job is to provide comfort when they cry so they can trust that we'll be there for them. Reduce stressful environments when you're able. Hold them, speak softly to them when they're upset. For toddlers, our task as parents is to continue to comfort them and also to help them begin to understand their own emotions and to find ways to express them. We can also help them by anticipating stressors, limiting them when possible, and using distraction when necessary to buffer them from distress and removing them from a stressful environment. Like if it's too loud, too busy. We're on a journey to beginning to help our children to learn to delay gratification and learn how to problem solve. By the time our children are moving into ages 4 and 5 years old, we're looking for ways to help increase their ability to identify and express their emotions. We do this by talking about our emotions and their emotions. We model how to manage emotions. We can create emotion games like Big Deal, Little Deal, which we discussed in episode 17, to help children to begin to problem solve and engage in flexible thinking about potentially emotional situations. We can also start to engage them in problem-solving strategies by guiding them or making suggestions. I wonder if this piece of puzzle will fit there. What do you think? As children go through elementary school years, they continue to learn about emotions and how to manage these emotions. In addition to this, our job is to help them learn how to manage differences and conflict with siblings and friends and how to see other points of view. Children cannot learn these things on their own. They need help from parents and other trusted adults to acquire these important life skills. We've just discussed the concept of co-regulation. Your child needs you and other caring adults to do this with them in order to learn to self-regulate. It is the first step in their journey toward eventual independence. What stood out for you as strategies you might want to try to use in helping your child to self-regulate? It may be helpful to pick 1 or 2 ideas that you thought would be achievable for you and to practice them. Thank you for tuning in and considering this parenting topic. I hope that this information added to your growing toolbox for parenting your child or children. Please consider exploring other topics in this series. Remember, no one parenting tool can do everything. We need many tools to become the best parents for our children. Your children's future depends on you and the time and effort you invest in them today.